Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Still not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Maybe one day. Good morning. Today is the 21st of March and this is part 2 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2025 Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show here at the NEC in Birmingham. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by announcements, if it's generally just a terrible video. I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. So here we have a lot of very, very nice Fords. We're at the Classic Car Auctions sale here. Unfortunately, it's not in progress yet. It starts tomorrow, so we're just going to go around and have a look at this. It'll probably take us quite a while, but I think a lot of you enjoy that sort of thing, so let's get on with it. We're not going to go in catalogue order because I will be running around everywhere to do that. We're just going to go in the order that these cars present themselves. So lot number 270. This is a 1985 Escort RS Turbo Series 1 fully restored. Estimate on this is £48,000 to £54,000. This is going up in value, presumably, as I'm walking around it. It's just like the car that was driven by Leslie Ash in the second series of Cat's Eyes. And white was by far the most common colour. One of them was made in purple for, I think, Rosalind Landor, who's also in Cat's Eyes, the second series. And of course, there's one that made Princess Diamond in black. A bit before that was the RS 1600i. These again are very, very valuable cars. This is 83. It's based on a Mark III Escort, but looks very, very correct to me. Estimate is £30,000 to £35,000. 5-year restoration. Wow. Yeah, looks good. Then we've got something a little bit later. Another RS Turbo, this time a Series 2 based on a Mark IV Escort. Driven both Mark III and Mark IV Escorts, but they were much, much lower specification ones. They were both 1.3Ls. One was an 85 and one was an 88. This RS Turbo's only done 6,000 miles approximately. It's an 89. Estimate £45,000 to £55,000, viewers. I don't have the money for that, so we will continue. Next, some Capris. I love Capris, viewers. A lot of you do as well. It's the 280 Brooklands, this one. From 1988 registration. It would have been made late 86, but the last one of these was registered in 1989 because Capris just weren't that fashionable at the time, actually. It's one reason they discontinued them. This one has done 28,000 miles. The value is 28,000. It's not quite perfect. You can see there are things you could do to this. I mean, I personally would just, if I wanted to, I'd just keep it like this. It's, you know, not quite perfect state. I'd be worried about if it was totally perfect. I don't want to take it anywhere, but if you want to take it further, then you can. Then we've got something a bit earlier here. This is a 2.8 injection with the correct wheels. It's a very early one. There's actually no, sorry. There's another one here as well. This is an 84. I think there's another one kicking around here somewhere as well. It was even earlier, an 81. £8,000 to £10,000. This is yeah, I've read the story in the catalogue about this. I'm not going to go into it now, but it's quite a history. That'll have a 5-speed gearbox in it. The very early ones of these have a 4-speed gearbox. Yeah, Type 9 in there. Yeah, there's another one somewhere around. I don't know where it is actually. We'll have to keep going though and move on to something else. So there's a row of Fords. We're on to some Porsches now. Box to S. This is a very late first generation one. I think this is a 2005 actually. Yeah, it's a 2005. It's a 3.2S. Value's about 10 to 12,000. Now you can get these for under 5 because a friend of mine just bought one last year, that sort of money. But that is in really nice condition. Then we've got here a, I think this is a 99. Yeah, it's a 99. It's a Carrera 4. 10 to 12,000. The 996s have come down in value a little bit actually. They're not quite as expensive as they were. They're still not, I wouldn't say cheap. This one's probably high, a little bit less so. It's because it's quite high mileage, about 159,000. Yeah, 6-speed manual. When I drove back in 2022, it was a standard Carrera 2. It was a 2000 with a Tiptronic gearbox. Very firm ride in these. That's what I noticed. Quite fast. Even the base one was quite fast. And then a 944. This is actually, I remember this from reading the catalogue last night. This is a very nice one. It's 17 to 20,000. Now you can get these for under 5. They won't be as nice as this though. We've got an award in the windscreen as well. Yeah, a little trophy from Porsche Club GB. Sometimes these are open, sometimes they're not. It's open. No. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. It just depends. You can go around trying door handles like you're going to steal it if you want. Obviously you can't because, yeah, you wouldn't get away with it. But it's just varied really. Then we move on to this first generation BMW Mini. Information sheet is over there. Yeah, it's an R53, isn't it? With a supercharger. I drove one of these actually a while ago. It was quite fast. This looks very nice actually, this one. Yeah, it's a 4 to 6,000 prepared by HRRCC. There's only 10 of them that were like this. Yeah. I prefer though this Strada. Now you get it right the way you say this. Fiat Strada above 130 TC. I think they produce about 128 horsepower, but the PS figure gives you a nice round number, doesn't it? Very, very nice. These are rare as rare can be. Much, much rarer than a Golf or an Escort or something. I really like this, actually. I really like this car. I think it's great. It's just open. It is. We've got alloy wheel in there as well. The doors don't feel particularly substantial, but then it's an 80 Italian car. Why would they? But it's in very, very, very nice condition, viewers. Do you know, I can't decide whether I prefer this Renault 19 or the Strada. You don't get a passenger mirror. What? Yeah, 1822. How much is this Renault? It's pre-facelift 16 valve cabriolet, or it says soupape in French. 8 to 10. This is a bit less expensive. Now this has got a Portsmouth plate on it, but there's no Portsmouth dealer on it. I imagine this might have been registered originally by Renault UK, because all their press and fleet cars registered on Portsmouth plates, because Portsmouth Southampton after 74 were one registration area, so they're coming to Southampton and then they used to put the registration on down there, TR, and then a Toyota MR2 SW20, lot number 180, estimate 10 to 12,000 pounds. Time was you could pick one of these up for less than 1,000. I don't think you can anymore. Rev 4, 28,000 miles. That is nice views. I would like to have a go in one of these. I've just been offered a Mark 1 MR2 for review actually, so that would be nice, but I like that too. And how about a Daimler Sovereign Coupe Series 2? That is very, very nice, viewers. Not quite a beige leather interior, like a cream one, but we'll accept that, won't we? Pillarless coupe. Beautiful. 15 to 18,000 pounds. This is a 77. Yeah, I would prefer a Daimler version. If it's a Jaguar with a Daimler version, I will take the Daimler version, because that's the sort of person I am. We'll move on now to an Audi RS6 here, because it's a C5 version. Yeah, from 2003, 9 to 11,000 pounds, 450 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Now these can rust, these are C5s, but this one looks immaculate, so that's nice, isn't it? It's the kind of car at the moment that is actually rising in value. Right, viewers, we're going to have to skip over this one because we can't talk about certain cars on the channel. The Mayor of London and the County Leader of Birmingham and my friends around the country will not let us, so we shall not. Just check to see what's going on with this one. I have to come back to that one, because I'm not really sure. So we'll go with this XR3i Cabrio with the funny front lights on it. The Moret headlamp conversion, 3 to 4,000 pounds. Seems quite reasonable to me. It's an 1990s, one of the very last ones actually, because the Mark V came out in 1990. We just have a little investigation on that Jaguar. Glad I chat viewers, we can't talk about a Jaguar, so we should continue to take a look at the Civic instead. Very, very nice. Civic VTI. An EK hatch, I think. Electron blue. 1999, £6,000 to £8,000. I shall tell Mr. Quirk from Planet Auto this is here because he owns one of these. It's a 1.4 from 1999. I've driven it. He's had it for years. This is the 1.6 VTI. The MB6, I think it was, which was a 5-door, was a 1.8. Still crazy. The 1.6 B series engine in this. Screams around, I think, about 8,000 RPM. There we go. Peak power is about 7,600 RPM. That's why we've got a rev count that goes around to 9,000. Yes, I should take a photograph of that for Mr. Quirk and send it over. I'm sure he will enjoy that very, very much. Right, next we've got another MR2, another SW20. This one is earlier. It's a 1990, it's a very early one. And this is a GT Turbo spec. I imagine that's been imported. £8,000 to £10,000. I think I prefer the green one, to be honest, to this. It's a bit more me, but I still like that, of course. Big exhaust on that. And then the first of a couple of these E36 M3 convertibles. Yep, wing mirror is often a dead giveaway, but I think you get them on some other models, so they're not guaranteed to take it to genuine M3. These again are rising in value at the moment, a bit like the RS6. So yeah, it's in 1998. It's an evolution. I think they stopped in 99. The E46 came out in 1998, but they did continue with E36 for certain models. It's very nice. Yeah, £20,000 to £25,000. I prefer, however, this Ferrari. I think this is a 456. It is a 456 GTA from 1996. £30,000 to £35,000. Not much more, actually, is it? Very nice dark green, and then we've got a sort of biscuit interior, automatic gearbox. A lot of them were automatics, actually. I mean, I can't afford to run something like that. Talk to Mr. Martin JM on cars. You want to talk about Ferraris, because I don't know much about them. There we go. Someone of those left the door open, so I think we'll take a look inside. Yes, viewers, that looks very nice and comfortable. That smells good too. Just leave it how I left it. Okay, Clear Williams Phase 1. Now these again are one of the cars that are rising in value. I have driven a Mark 1 Clio, actually two of them, but the 94 I drove was a 1.4 RT, so a bit less powerful than this one. There you go, look, it's a 94 Phase 1, £20,000 to £25,000. There you go. Yep, rising in value. And what about this Fiat Uno Turbo IE? This is a Phase 1, it's a pre-facelift one. This is a 1988 car. They're pretty rare, these. They're far less numerous than say a 205 GTI. This one is 847,000 miles. Again, £20,000 to £25,000. But I did open that door. I opened this door. Where do we go? Yeah. Yes. And now I hope to drive an Uno at some point. I have done a walk around of one on the channel a long time ago, but I couldn't actually drive it. It didn't have an MOT. I don't know if we'll get hold of a Turbo IE, but there we go. Listen to that build quality, viewers. Actually, they're not too bad, really. You like another Cooper S, another R53, I think this is. Yes, it is. It's a very late R53. Cooper S, John Cooper Works GP1. Estimate 12 to 15,000. But something really modern here. We've got a 2018 Focus Mark III RS. Now these are pretty much instant classics now. 35 to 40,000 pounds. Bear in mind that it's done less than 2,000 miles. So you'd expect that. 6-speed manual, very, very quick. Personally though, I prefer the Mark II because it has a 5-cylinder Volvo white block engine in it. And very powerful. Again, a 6-speed manual. This one's a 2009, it's done 40,000 miles, 27 to 30,000 pounds. Yeah, loads and loads and loads of power. And then a Mark 1 RS, someone's very carefully worked this out, haven't they? Mark 1 RS in 2003, 22 to 26,000 and about 41,000 miles. I suppose it depends what you prefer, viewers. Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, take your pick. Next row, viewers, let's go on to this 1961 minivan. You can see painted grille, house-style door handles, exposed hinges, sliding windows, all features that continued right through to the end of production on the minivan in 1982. This one is worth 12 to 15,000. That seems pretty reasonable to me for a fully restored one like this. I wonder if these are actually more expensive than just the normal passenger versions. I mean, here is a normal Mark 1 mini passenger version. Going fine to 59. So this is a pretty early one actually. This Morris Mini Minor was what the Morris versions were called. 13 to 16,000, so they're sort of comparable. I thought the really early ones were worth more than that, but maybe mini values have softened. I think they actually have. Next to it, something actually newer, but the Morris Minor Convertible Series 3. This is about the time they went to the 1098cc engine, and the wipers changed as well around this time as well, so it's one of the last cars with the wipers that meet in the middle. 12 to 15,000, similar money to the other two. Still got the banjo steering wheel as they call it, that was changed in late 1964. Genuine convertible miners though are very, very expensive. Looks nice. Mustang here, this is I think a 66 from having read about it earlier on. Yeah, it is. 18 to 22,000. They're not really me, Mustang particularly, but I like the look of them. Certainly was a very stylish one. How about this Mercedes-Benz Ponton from 1959 to 220S, which I think was towards the top of the range from memory. I'm not so good on the old Mercedeses. So Mercedes, I shouldn't get plurals mixed up, shall I, viewers? Another terrible mistake that I'll get comments about. Yeah, that's nice. Although I am biased, I prefer this Volvo 1800E, so one of the last ones of these. Speaking from the early 70s. Now, some people call these a P1800, that's not correct. The P1800 was only the really early ones that were built by Jensen. Yeah, this is a 1970. If it's 1970, why is it on a K plate? That doesn't make sense. It could be a late registration, but actually, looking at the suffix MA, I think this has been imported from somewhere, and often that happens is slightly different years put on the plate as opposed to the car. Right, let's move on to something a lot more modern. This Alfa Romeo Spider. This has the 3-litre Busso V6 in it. Excellent. I love the Busso engine. It makes a fantastic noise. It's a little bit difficult to work on. Yeah, 2002. This 10 to 12,000 does look rather nice. I wonder how much this SL is here. Oh, it's the same. It's an 83 500 SL. So that is not, I wouldn't say concours. It's very nice, but concours ones of these are a lot more than that. That's actually a very good description. It's smart and usable, and now. You could improve this if you wanted to. You could just drive it like that. Why not? That's also exempt from road tax and not limited zone compliant. Brilliant. I'd advise you to get an MOT. You don't technically need one, but I'd probably advise you to get an MOT on something like that. How about an Aston Martin V8? very nice views. 74, Series 3, 25 to £30,000. Garage find. Again, just needs a bit of cleaning up. I mean, you're going to have to do something about this at some point, aren't you? But yeah, just put it through an MOT and see how it goes. Enjoy it for a bit. Keep having sort of John English fantasies now about this, because of course Ryan actually drives one of these in which John English film is it? I think it's the third one. And of course, the later version of this is in Living Daylights with Timothy Dalton. Now this is something special. It's an Escort XR3, but it's a South African one. It's a TF Special Edition of Team Ford. Apparently, this is the only one in the country at the moment. From 1983, 10 to 12,000. Why are so many cars in this road 10 to 12,000 pounds? Makes it very hard to choose, viewers. Anyway, we'll move on to this very nice SL. I forget the model code for these now. This is an SL55. Wow, from 2003, 493 horsepower with a 5.5 litre V8 supercharged, 25 to 30,000 pounds. Excellent. And last in this row here is this TVR Cerbera from 1999. Typical weird TVR interior. 40,000 miles, 4 litre speed 6 Cerbera.
Sorry, no, it's a Cerbera.
20 to 25,000 pounds. It's very different from the earlier one, isn't it? Facelift's quite extensive on that. Right, a string of Series 1 Land Rovers. First of them is a 56, it's an 86-inch wheelbase one. Actually got an exterior door handle on this one, unlike the one next to it. I've driven a Series 3 Lightweight, which was not the most pleasant experience I've ever had in my life, to be honest, viewers. They are a bit difficult to drive, these cars. So, yeah, I'm not maybe the biggest expert on things like this, but this particular one's interesting because we don't even have any exterior door handles. You've got to put your hand through there in order to open it. Otherwise, there's no real security on this whatsoever. 1949, quite an early one actually. This very early. Estimate 24,000. You can see the headlamps actually within the grille, which marks it out a very early car. 56 Land Rover Series 186-inch wheelbase. It's like the first one we saw. This one was commissioned for royal duties, apparently. We believe for the use of Her Majesty the Queen in Stockholm in 56. Coventry plate on that, WD. Right, move on to the next one, viewers, because we can't talk about that Toyota, so we're going to move on to this one. 1981. 3.9 litre Range Rover, so that engine will have been changed at some point. 25 to 30,000 pounds, still the 3-door model. The 4 doors started to sort of appear with various companies in about 1978, but they weren't really officially on the market until about 81, I think, as far as I remember. Interesting. The plate makes it look a lot older than it is. Suffix A things are obviously worth a lot more. And this Land Cruiser is crazy. This was used as a fire engine in Japan for many, many years. It's actually a petrol one, this one, so that's what we're talking about it. It's from 1983, and it was imported, I think, about 2022, something like that. Less than 2,600 kilometres. And no weather protection, apparently. Apparently you don't need that in Japan. That's crazy. I don't know who would buy this. I'm not really sure if I bought this, what I'd do with it. It's quite interesting. 8 to 10,000 pounds. How do you value something like this? How do you? I have no idea. There we go. And then the Bedford CA, 1963. Pickup, 8 to 10,000. Interestingly, it's not got sliding doors like the Vans versions have. It's got doors that just open conventionally. Very basic thing. There's just really nothing going on in these at all. There's nothing to worry about particularly. and but looks in good order. It's not the sort of thing I'd drive, but there we go. I prefer this little Datsun here. I mean, it's probably because I'm biased, because I'm a member of the Datsun UK Owners Club on Facebook that deals with pre-1995 Datsuns and Nissans. So I've got a 99 Nissan Sunny, so maybe I'm a bit biased in that way, but there we go. I quite like these. It's a 72, restored in South Africa and now imported. And these continued in South Africa for many years, this design, although facelifted. We call them Backies. 1988 Metro City van. Now, these are pretty rare. We've got very basic spec front end in this. It shouldn't be called an Austin in 1988. The name was removed from the cars in 1987, but never mind. The vans, yeah, very rare. They're £4,000 to £5,000. It's pretty good. Bodget, Codget and Scarpa. Excellent. It's very correct and everything like that, isn't it? Very nice. So, 1928 Morris Oxford Flat Nose. So, what are you looking at? 97 years old, this car. £6,000 to £8,000. As I've recently discovered, a rarity and age do not equal value. Let's see if we can have a look inside this Morris. Is that locked? It's locked, wow, okay. Never mind. You get no boots, so you have to improvise. Also, Morris and Morris Commercial this time, from 1933. £10,000 to £12,000, 2-ton C-type drop-side truck. We'll move back quite a long way to get this into frame. Again, I really don't know much about stuff like this, but that's interesting. It's amazing how it survived for over 90 years. And here it is. Right, viewers, I think we're going to go now on to the next section briefly. Ooh. Very, very nice. 1994 Toyota Celica GT4 WRC edition. Japanese domestic market model. £15,000 to £18,000. Am I right in thinking that Mr. Martin from JM on Cars channel actually has one of these in white? I think he's got this generation, hasn't he? I drove a Celica GT4 a little while ago, last month actually, but it was an 88. It was a 2 generations before that. It was quite fast as well. Next we've got a 2004 Caterham 7 1.6 K series with a similar engine in there to something like, I don't know, an MG ZR 110 or something like that. No, she didn't make it was 110, it was ZS 110, wasn't it? 1.6. Do apologise, I'm having a conversation with myself there. Right, let's go on to this next row here briefly, because we're going to run out of time for this part. We'll have to go into part 3 soon. An Audi TT, but not just any Audi TT. It's the 2002 with the wide body ABT Sports line, 12 to 15,000. One of only 10 UK supplied versions of it. Yeah, probably a car again. Will be going up in value. The basic ones aren't worth that much money actually, which is a surprise to me, but they will be probably soon. Next to it we have a Comgear 6970 registration. I think this has been modified, isn't it, viewers? That's not original spec, but people like them like this, don't they? Why have the instruments all the way down there? They don't fit them on the dash. 1970 start show winner, 40 to 50,000. Personally though, I prefer this Quattro here. Quite a late one, 1990. The last year for these was 1991. That is very nice. How much is one of these worth these days? 45 to 50,000 pounds. Again, a car that just keeps going up in value. There are quite a few of them. Some of them are coming down, like the Minis aren't worth as much as they used to be, and things like a Jaguar E-Type or something like that. But these, yeah, bit of a sure bet at the moment, I would have thought. And another RS Turbo, but this time it's not concours for a change, which actually I quite like to see this. The fact that not every car you see at an auction is absolutely in mint condition. Attractive and topical. What does that mean? Why is this car topical, viewers? Answer the comment section below. So 8 to £10,000. It's got 146,000 miles as well. It needed recommissioning, and I mean, you could just kind of leave it like that if you wanted to, or you could smart it up. We know how much Concours are as service factories over there. Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier. I was talking about the 2.8 injection Capri. This is an 81, so it was a 4-speed. Very early one then. The 81 was the first year for these. Collar check interior. Diesel Croydon. Something else that's going up in value as well, of course, it's a 205 1.6 GTI. This has got the early dash in it. Dash was changed in 1988. This is an 86. 13 to 16,000 pounds. Crazy. I mean, you know, years ago they weren't worth anything, were they? Just the way that it goes. How much is this? 23 to 26 on that. Sorry. And we'll finish with this Clio Williams, second one we've seen today. Again, it'll be a phase 2 this car. 8 to 10,000, a little bit less, 114,000 miles. Still very nice though. I mean, it's a lot less expensive than the last one, isn't it? Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again in part 3 for some more incorrect information.